wisdom,
prudentia,
justice,
justitia,
temperance,
temperantia,
courage.
fortitudo.
Applying ancient philosophy to modern life, this is the Sunday Stoic.
Welcome to the Sunday Stoic Podcast. This is Steve coming to you from Howard, Ohio. Now, this reboot of the show just started recently, and if you're a new listener, thank you. Please share the podcast any way you can. And if you're a longtime listener, you know that I started in Arkansas and had over 300 episodes out before I stopped podcasting for a while. And those episodes are still available in different places, including YouTube and the Internet Archive and a few other places, perhaps. But why did I start this podcast in the first place? It was because I discovered a philosophy that really resonated with me. And as a teacher, I thought that maybe I could bring some insight to it if I researched it a bit and lumped in what I'm reading with how I'm trying to live my life and blend the two together into something close to authentic. And a lot of you had responded and have responded to that method of learning about Stoicism, and I really appreciate that. That being said, this reboot, is slow growing. I have nowhere near the downloads that I used to have, and if anyone can share this and get the word out and help to grow the podcast, please do what you can. That would be great. Thank you. I also want to thank Dan for co-hosting. Dan used to be a patron to help support my old version of this show, and he stepped up to co-host, and that's great because I wouldn't be able to keep up otherwise. He does a lot of research of readings. He hosts shows on his own, and as I'm trying to navigate my new career and get certified and also still be a good dad and husband, I find it very hard to pump out a decent episode each week. And so I wish to thank Dan for those efforts. Now, here in the United States of America, we just celebrated Thanksgiving. I just got home from visiting my family, and it really made me reflect back because a year ago we had just moved back to Ohio, and we went to Thanksgiving and then Christmas last year, and my 103-year-old grandma was there. And if you've been a long-time listener, you know I talk about her a lot. And even a lot of you sent in audio clips to wish her a happy birthday a few years ago, which was amazing. And that can be found on YouTube. Or I also have episodes posted on the Internet Archives if you wish to find those episodes. And occasionally I'm releasing those old episodes here as well to flesh out the podcast. But she was 103, and her condition was slowly degrading, and then in February of this year, my grandma passed away, and that was hard. I knew as a Stoic to expect it, and she was a Catholic, so she was sure she was going to a better place. As a Stoic, I might say she's returned to the cosmos, but either way, she was a great lady. Moved to the United States when she was about 8 years old from Czechoslovakia, and proud of her heritage, made me proud of my background and learning recipes from the Czech Republic and things like that. Just kind of grounded me. She grounded me to my ancestors, I guess you could say, and made me see myself as a part of a larger tapestry of time. And I will be forever grateful for her, and I will forever miss her while I'm here. But this year back at Thanksgiving with my family, it just made me really remember that. And this episode, I'm not going to quote ancient Stoics. I've been studying this philosophy for a bit. I'm by no means a world expert or anything, but I just want to talk about my perspective on events based on my Stoic background. Like I said, I'm not a perfect Stoic. Some of you may not consider me a Stoic at all, but I'm influenced by Stoicism at least. And so I was just reflecting on Grandma being gone. My parents are both getting older. My son, every time I look at him, he's bigger. My nieces and nephews, everyone I know is getting older. and people are dying. And so as I get older, more and more people I know are dying. It's just kind of disconcerting because you know it's going to happen, but maybe I'm not reflecting on it enough. It catches me by surprise occasionally. And I know Seneca and others warn us, like, this stuff won't catch you by surprise if you think about it and reflect and meditate upon it. But at Thanksgiving, I tried to just be in the moment. All we have is this moment. We don't have the past. We don't have the future. It's not guaranteed, and we're not there yet. All we have is now. And so just sitting there looking at my nieces and nephews and my son having fun and eating and listening to my parents talk and tell stories and trying to taste the food and enjoy it and be there with my brother and his wife. And they're in the farmhouse that the family has had for decades, for generations really now, and just try to take that all in and to remember that we are part of this story, whether it's the story of the cosmos. We are sentient bits of the cosmos that are part of its history and part of its present and perhaps part of its future, depending on how things go. But we're part of the fabric that is the cosmos, or that is Zeus, if you are a traditional Stoic in some way, right? And we are part of our families. We are literally, our DNA comes from our ancestors. We have all of our ancestors' stories. We have our own stories that we then add to that fabric and then tell it to others, and then perhaps it passes on as well. And maybe it doesn't. We don't have power over what continues beyond us, but we try to do what is good. And what is good is following virtue, trying to be temperate, meaning having some self-control, not losing your anger, focusing on what's important, not overeating or overdrinking, but having self-control. By being, or trying to be, and applying practical wisdom. When to do what things, what is the right thing to do, that sort of thing. By having some form of fortitude, so sticking with our plans, having the courage to stick with what you know is right, to defend what you know is right. And of course, justice, being a member of the cosmopolis, being a citizen of the world, a member of the family, a member of your community, a member of your country, a member of the world, which we often lose sight of if we're not careful. So these are the things I've reflected on during the holidays so far here in the U.S. of A. Just enjoying being with my family, missing those who have passed on, but remembering that I'm part of a continuing story, and to live in the present, because to dwell too long in the past or too long in the future leaves us powerless to act and have any, and actually use virtue for any good. We can only do good right now. And so remember, you want, if you have any control over it, which you have, you don't have control how your story is told, but you have control what the truth is. Do good. Be better tomorrow than you are today. Do that hard thing that you know is the right thing. Make that part of the tapestry of the past, present, and future. Make your part of it as beautiful a part as you can. If you make beautiful choices, so too will your story be beautiful, regardless of whether it's told by others or not. But make it a good story. Focus on those that matter. And until I talk to you again, seize the day. Carpe diem.